Ahmad trying to go up and trying to get past Graham.
So really for the South in FIBA Afrobasket qualifiers, he helped South Sudan qualify for their first ever FIBA Basketball World Cup this summer, and intends to replicate that performance here tonight.
Yeah, he's not getting the same support that he got, of course, you know, when we saw him playing in the Nile Conference with half of South Sudan coming over to Cairo to support him and the other players that, of course, come from South Sudan. It's a little bit different here because you're playing against the home team.
Yeah, I'm playing against the home team, but Reg just trying to take care of that ball and be patient until they can get a good shot selection so that they can build on it.
Away, and there is a little bit of contact there from Orabi, who I think will pick up his first foul.
Well, you can see the thinking there from Reg. They want to take the ball to the paint, but also if they someone else who's not a 7-footer.
Yeah, exactly. 7-footer. He's an absolute giant. He's the tallest player in this season's BAL. Graham to a lot of energy inside of the BK Arena tonight. Of course, Ahmad goes on a one-day, so dangerous. Great defensive play there from Graham. That matchup has definitely been highlighted by that phase of play. Filer drops it into Michumanga. Graham goes up. Oh, that's unlucky, but he does draw the foul and another foul. They're playing that game, Usher, where they really are going to try and out-muscle this Ahly team, because they might... I think people are saying that Ahly may be a little bit better, you know, because they've got everybody who can come off the bench, eat their skinners to rattle them a little bit and sort of, you know, just try and draw the fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at Ahly and how they play, they're very structured team. Coach Jube, very much of a disciplined coach who wants these players to move that ball around until they have a great option to score. But so far, looking at Greg, they've not had a last edge.
Absolutely. There you go. Important to get some points on the scoreboard. There's Zerard. He sees the boulevard. He's very fast. You've got to watch out for the zip. The zip has most definitely just produced the back boil. That's a good shot, just coming off the metal. The rebound doesn't happen, and Ahly take it back up court. Draws the foul. Good work in the paint, and that's exactly what they'll be using him to do.
Well, looking at Orabi, you have to be quick on your feet to deal with him. And just seeing that replay there, Amir Zahran crossing over there to the best line and with his eyes on the board. 2 easy points, and he'll be very happy with his delivery.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. You know, I think they've just realised, oh yeah, we can use that big man Orabi who's set 95,000. I mean, you know, he's just the biggest guy in town, and he'll always take those passes. Q knows all about that because he's basically playing in that role where he receives all of the tension for another game.
Where is he?
He's there for a reason. That's it.
Michumanga inserting himself in this game, just giving him all that confidence that he needs to come up against
Yeah, thank you, Q. It's exactly that. No, not many points. Nervous start. Very feisty, very physical, and you know, as I said, there's going to be highlight scores like that, applauded by, well, some of the style mongers that are around us, and there are plenty of those here. Everybody is like zappé comme jamais. The sappers are attacking.
Golden State Warriors lost that one, but for now, he needs the Ronda Energy group to win this game, but also to end easy fadeaway.
14.
And it's good.
Nicely picked up. CA has come on. Who we know is fantastic from outside of the arc. As you can see there, oh, down in the wings, marvelous CA.
Incredible finish there from Ndize. He was in the right place at the right time, got the shot selection right, and he delivered the 3 points.
Oh, that's good defensive play. Look at that. CA picks it up, gets his hand in the way. Filer, that's all. Pichumanga. Oh, such good, quick transition play. Good fast passing. Pichumanga unable to rise up and do what he does best.
Well, the idea was great from Adonis Filer, but Ehab Amin real quick with his hands there to deny Pichumanga in what could have been an incredible dunk.
Oh, lovely. Look at that. He's back. He's back in business. Ulrich Chomche.
Absolutely great start, confidence, and the fans love it.
This is, I mean, there's a ball going against him, and he's going to give the ball back to Reg. But the great thing is, when you see what Ulrich Chomche, the BAL Elevate player, has done, he's going to see exactly what Ruben Chinyelu did in the previous game. It was absolutely outstanding.
Prospect out of Cameroon.
Oh! Drop it in from the suburbs! Beautiful from Cleveland Thomas Jr.
He had spurts.
There might have been a little bit of contact there, and there's a little bit of frustration, but that was nearly a beautiful contact on that man, Ehab Amin, from the youngster Chomche.
Looking at that play there, Chomche, he's a very young man, quick on his feet, and very good defensively. He's been growing in leaps and bounds, and he's learning from the very best.
Well, we expected a hostile environment, and yeah, I think that we most definitely have that 15-16. They were hoping that the ball's being flung back. Beautiful score. The acceleration from the player from Alexandria, just showing us that he's just capable of.
He's an MVP for Ahly when they won the season title in 2021, brought that energy to this season, and also just literally gives them a whole different look on the offensive side, and he's been growing and growing in confidence.
Big time, absolutely. So Coach Julbe, he would have liked to have beaten Petro to get that extra day off because of them winning the Egyptian Basketball League, of course, but they didn't get that extra day, so they came in quite late. They literally arrived Thursday night, so, you know, they didn't have much time to make that switch. Spoke to him in the same hotel where we're staying, and, you know, and it was like, yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Q, what about the Ahly, the new man, Michael Fakwade? Familiar face for Coach Julbe.
Yeah, he's going to give him just some extra presence and physicality on the floor when he does get a chance to get back out there. Just some really great defense again. But on the other side, you got to look at the matchups and just continue to see the adjustments made around the pick and roll by both of these teams. It's going to be crucial as the game develops.
Big shot coming in, the shot doesn't find its final destination from Cleveland Thomas Jr. Got 1:17 left in the first quarter, and there's so much going on here. 17-18.
Now, Ahly have done a great job there on the defensive side to force Reg to make panic shots, and they'll be looking to make it count on the other side as they have the ball.
There's Corey Webster, New Zealand, coming on and making his first impact. Ismail, nicely done, gets rid of his Mpoyo before he just drops in to say, yeah, I can score as well. And that's what something that they do, Usher, isn't it? They score points from off the bench. Every player likes to score.
Yeah, absolutely. Ismail has the duty to do the job when Arabi is off of the floor, and he's been able to introduce himself on the offensive side and deliver.
Wow, that's a big battle, that is, and he just goes charging in there, unable to actually deliver there. Amir Zahran does get fouled at the same time as he charges through the traffic.
Amir Zahran is very aggressive on the transition there. Second time he's doing that, and he wants to make it count. Of course, he would have preferred to score the easy basket, but he'll have to take a trip to the free throw line.
Something that I'm always fascinated with Coach Julve and the way that he coaches, because he's always constantly making, switching and changing, making those small little adjustments, but just making sure that, you know, he rotates, but he rotates intelligently. And, you know, he knows how to win those games. You know, just losing that by 1 point against Petro de Luanda in Cairo. I mean, that was a momentous moment for the BAL, wasn't it?
It was arguably the best game we've ever seen at the BAL in 3 seasons.
Zaran, oh, Zaran smoothly does it and deals with Cleveland Thomas Jr. there. It's 23-18, they move 5 points ahead, and Reg need to get the final score before the end of the quarter. Cleveland Thomas Jr. Little bit of help from Chomche. Ball comes out, long range shot. Oh, let's just come back out of there. And a chance for Zaran, and it doesn't sink. So we have a 5-point lead for Ahly of Egypt, 6-time Egyptian Super League winners, against Reg of Rwanda. We're going to take a break. It's 23-18. Don't go away.
First one to make both layups is our winner. Let's meet the contestants with our host, MC Boyan. Thank you, Ziad. That's right. I have the 2 contestants here, and they know well the rules. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get set, go! Come on, come on. 1 to go. And we've got the winner! Congratulations, you're a winner for the BL Skills Challenge. And you get to win the BL t-shirt. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the BL Skills Challenge.
BK Arena here in Kigali is 23-18. There's a 5-point lead that's just been extended a little bit. Ahly have just managed to find their way. Here's the team comparison so far, Usher.
Yeah, looking at Amir Zahra and Micah Thompson, 2 of the starters for the Egyptian champions that have set the ball rolling here. They've been perfect on the offensive side, but for Zahran, looking at the attitude that he's bringing into this fixture, he wants to win this one. He wants to be able to give Ahly a chance to win their first ever BAL, but to do that, they have to deliver today and make it to the semifinals.
Have to do the business. Here's Thompson into the hands of Webster. Webster does really well, gets himself a bit of space off the metal it comes, and that's Bakwari who watches the ball come off his feet, and so they get possession back here. Reg.
Now talking about Reg, that man Jean-Jacques Wilson, Wilson Numukiza on the floor to give them a good cover on the defensive side and give them another scoring option behind the arc.
Here is Filer back out. Shabozwa, nice work from Shabozwa, and they pick up possession once again. Chie, back out, shot clock below the 10-second mark. Filer around the outside, tries to get his pass in, not bad. Pichu Manga, it's a full back shot, but it's unable to fall on the right side of the metal.
That's good defense there from Ismail on Pichu Manga.
A little bit more movement from Ahly. And it's Fakwani, beautiful score. That's the reason why he's in. You know, it was a no-brainer for the coach, Julbe, to bring him back in because they worked together for Zamalek, so he basically understands the systems that he works. So, you know, without having to complicate his life and bring in someone and educate them about how they function, it's already happening.
It's already happening indeed for Fakwade, who's already doing a great job on the defensive side. He sort of balances out the court for Ahly.
Webster, that's a beautiful bucket. Look at that, lasering it in a big way. 3 points. And look at that, they moved out. I think it was just on the edge of the arc, so 27-18.
Now looking at that man, Corey Webster, first player from Oceania to play in the BAL. He made a case for himself in the NOW conference, and he's already giving them that.
And we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a moment. Ahly are 9 points ahead of Reg of Rwanda in this second quarter-final of the Basketball Africa League. And we need to go and pick the brains of that man, Q, who's ears, eyes, and everything. He's spying on the other side. Can you imagine that, Usher?
Absolutely spying.
Well, courtside, Robbie, and what I can tell you is that on the side of Ahly, they really are focusing in on transition. It's been one of the places that they've been able to capitalize, and it's been a focal point. So Coach Jube wants them to continue to try and push before this Reg defense can set up. Reg, on the other side, though, they're a little bit frustrated with their coverage around the shooters, and you can hear the coach and players both talking about it in that last timeout.
Yeah, a lot of talking, a lot of communication. They want to get it right, of course, and they know that you can't blink against Ahly. You cannot give them any time at all. Webster gets the ball out. Ismail back into the hands of the New Zealander, and there they lose possession there. And there's a little mistake there from Webster.
It is great work there from Reg on the defensive side. They're communicating and sliding on their feet to just make sure they frustrate Ahly. And getting that possession means so much for them, because earlier they conceded 9 points from transition, and Ahly were punishing them.
You know, it's Ismail on Filer on that occasion. Filer goes up for a big three. The three doesn't fall. It just goes the wrong side of the iron. Picked up by Webster. Webster gets rid of his man. Gets the ball into the path. Look at that, Ismail. Whoa. Bumped out. Is that? I think he was moving. I think Graham picks up his third.
It is danger for the Rwanda Energy group, with Graham having 3 fouls this early in the game. Just 2 minutes and a half played in the second quarter.
He tried to cement his feet down, but there was just a little bit too much movement for him to get away with it. Game of details, isn't it? Small details.
It is a game of small details, and Ismail disappointed there that he couldn't score that free throw, as Dean Murray makes the quick change, bringing back Axel Poyle to replace Graham.
Yeah, Axel and Poyo, 5.5 points per game in the Sahara Conference in 2022 in the Rwanda national team.
He's been a key player for them, and he brings great experience on both sides of the court, Poyo.
Pichumanga. Cleveland Thomas Jr. finds a little bit of space, comes back out. Bosway. Oh, that's where you want to be, in the land of Shabozwa.
Shabozwa, whose name means the one that can delivers the goods behind the arc.
In the land of Shabozwa.
In the land of Shabozwa.
And they've stolen the ball. Filer gets it out. Thomas Jr. cuts it back out. Filer, once again, waits for Pichumanga. Slow it down, spread the ball out, get it back to Cleveland Thomas Jr. No rush. Here they go, into the paint, comes back out. Filer, loads of time. Poyo!
It's a back-to-back three-pointers for the Rwanda champions, and that's exactly what Poyo brings to this team. They missed him in the Sahara Conference, but now he's bringing so much quality on the offensive side.
Webster, Ismail, Nasser gets rid of his man, gets back out. The long-range shot over the left-hand side, Amin. Oh, wow. Doing the business from the big man, Ihab Amin.
We have a shooting clinic on our hands here. Quality basketball from both sides.
Pichumanga picks up Cleveland Thomas Jr. Thomas Jr. gets the ball out. No, it's not possible. Surely not. That wasn't downtown. That was coming from over the other side of the border. For crying out loud. Amin tries to get the ball out. It will be possession once again, I think, for Ahly. There was a touch.
It is possession for Ahly, but looking at that replay once again, Ihab Amin getting into traffic there with so many red hands in the paint as Ahly get back the possession.
Webster tries to go up for another big long-range shot from down in the left wing there. Picks up Filer waits for the big men to get into position. Sneakily passes out to Mpoyo, Cleveland Thomas Jr. Shot clock down to 5. Got to find an option. Goes around the outside, accelerates, goes up high, and he doesn't really find the boards there, does he?
There's no option as the Ahly defense was moving real well and deny Reg. And looking at that replay there, there was sort of a slip there with his hands.
Yeah, no, it's exactly that. You know, when he a little bit of the ball's got a bit sweaty, just trying to tug it up. Well, that's stolen. Oh, he's been fouled there. That might be a. I think they're going to get possession back, and Shabozwa. But the thing was, he's claiming that there was contact there by Amin, and we're going to see what the call is from the officials. I mean, they're just getting possession back, right?
Yes, it is possession for Reg, but big steal there from Shabozwa.
That's what he does so well. Thomas Jr. goes for the mid-range too, gets the ball back. Nice work there from Chomche.
Bit of hesitation there from Cleveland Thomas Jr. But Ahly are playing really good defense.
Shabozwa back out to Cleveland Thomas Jr. Goes for the long-range shot. Oh, so close. They've got possession. That's great work on the offensive rebound. Filer goes up. This time it's made safe by Hamid Nasser.
Ahly are really clogging that paint and giving themselves an opportunity to get the defensive rebounds and control the movement of the ball.
Friday gets the ball out. That's good work. Safe goes up. Safe works really hard. The strength of Safe makes it safe. 33-24. Cleveland Thomas Jr. The pass to Chomche. He's just travelled there and given the ball back to Ahly. Little mistake there from Chomche.
There's a lot happening on the court right now, and Chomche just struggling there on that possession and losing focus. And Ahly will have the ball possession.
taken up court by Ahmed. Ahmed waits for Webster. Webster takes over. Marshaled by Filer. Omot's back on, as you can see. Boyo puts a bit of pressure on him, doesn't go. Made safe by Webster at the back. Eamon goes up, shot clock back to 14. Webster, Eamon gets rid of Filer, bit of space, three-point shot! Oh, wow, that's magnificent from Eamon.
It is a big basket there from Ahly. He put himself in a good position to get the ball into the net. And he's just growing and growing in confidence, Ahly.
Nasser with his first foul. Here you get the impression that Ahly are just, you know, they just press on a few buttons and they can just make those adjustments and get themselves back into the right place. We're just seeing the replay of that massive three-pointer from downtown from Ahmed.
Well, they have depth, they have quality in all their positions, and Amin is really tough cover because he's awkward when he takes a shot, and he's also great defensively. He's got another chance on the fast break.
Smashes it down. Statement dunk. Wow, that's just unbelievable, extraordinary athleticism. We know what he's capable of doing. My word, outrageously good.
That is absolutely incredible there from Ahmad. Power and precision in the right moment, but also glad to see that both players are safe. Ahmad, wow, incredible.
Yeah, he came down on Ulrich Tromche's back, and he seems to be fine. He's going to go up and just see if he's okay. He's a young, strong guy, but Ahmad, wow, that's almighty, mighty slam dunk. And as I said, you know, and just like you said, Q, you blink and they've just moved ahead.
Yes, you blink and they move ahead. It is a 15-point game, and Reg needs to get back to the business of scoring.
Filer does well, draws the foul from safe. Gets back up onto his feet. Nothing wrong with him. And that's his first foul.
Well, it was a good decision there from Adonis Filer to attack the basket and continue to ask those questions. They'd been trying to move the ball around, to look for some shots on the baseline, and it wasn't really working. And now they can look to score the easy points.
Filer goes up to the free throw line. They've got to just reduce the arrears and put themselves in a better position. Going into that half-time break, you want to show some kind of grit, some kind of bite, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But Ahly, fiercely competitive tonight. Shabozwa just moves into Eamon. And there's the foul going against him.
Just looking at the replay there, the minute he moved his feet, both his feet, it was definitely a foul, and Ahly will look to continue with that scoring that they've established so far in this quarter.
Michael Thompson coming back on. He'll give Webster a little bit of a break.
It's going to be a good matchup there between Michael Thompson and Shabozwa.
Amen. Trying to get in the way, trying to give them a hard time. Shot clock down to 5. Shabozwa tries to get in the way. He's super fast and super competitive. They win possession, but the pass finds Thompson and not his teammate Filer. They get the ball back, and it goes back to 24.
There's great effort there from both Poyo and Shabozwa. A bit unlucky there not to maintain the possession, but they're doing the right thing.
Long range shot. It's a beautiful basket from Eamon. He's up to no good for Reg. Once again, who are on the receiving end.
Yes, Ahly, of course, the first player in this game to go to double digits with 13 points.
That's really strong driving there from Mpoyo, who draws the foul. 2:21 left on the clock in the second quarter.
Well, Ahly are doing a great job there to say to Reg that they cannot score easily, but they're picking up a couple of fouls, and at some point they could be punished when they go to foul trouble.
I want to know about Q's stats, because Q is so he's got an abacus in his pocket, but he's also got a calculator, notes. He's always like looking at numbers. Q, have you got any numbers for us?
Field goal percentage is a good number, as Ahly are 70 or 69% on the interior and 50% from the three-point line. They continue to just execute with excellence on the offensive end, and that tells you a little bit about the defense of Reg. They haven't done enough to disrupt this excellent Ahly offense.
Yeah, and the fact is that they haven't even used Orabi. You know, maybe they're like keeping him, you know, for the second half, because the likes of those shots that are coming in, they're raining down. You know, twos, threes, Thompson aiming, whoever wants to have a go, they have a go. And that's the damage that's actually happening. Great basket. That's worth its weight in gold from Filer.
It is a good effort there from Filer to drive into the paint and get those 2 points. They needed to score, especially on that possession, and they did.
Shabozwa gets the pass to Pichumanga, and he's just leaned into him, safe.
Well, looking at Pichumanga.
And he's been penalised for that, Pichumanga, because he leaned into him in a big way, and he picks up the foul himself. You know, he could have taken the pass and not just gone straight in. He was in a good position, safe, so good on him.
It is first foul there for Pichumanga, but he will be looking to avoid being in foul trouble, especially with Graham already amassing 3 as early as the second quarter in this game.
That's good work from Amat. He just tried to weave ahead of Mpoyo, forcing Mpoyo to move from his position. And you can see this, and he's just leaning into him. Filer's there. It might be Filer who picks up the foul, in fact. Yeah, it is.
Well, Noni Amat, second trip to the free throw line. That's sort of where he wants to be. He wants to be driving into the paint, but he can also shoot behind the arc. Very key player for Ahly.
Jonas Filer with 2 fouls now, and Graham on 3, Chomche on 2. Got to be a little bit careful. As Omar just delivers another, it's 46 points to 29. Got to get some points before the end of this first half. Reg, if they want to feel the confidence and get themselves back into it, that is definitely going to be a foul for Zaran on Cleveland Thomas Jr. And he will go to the free throw line, because that's foul number 5, team foul for Ahly.
Amir Zahran always playing very aggressively on the defensive side. He's been very key for them on the transition, on offense, and he was just trying to see if he can dig into that, but he's been called out for the foul.
We're just waiting for clarification here on yeah, so it will be to the free throw line as we originally thought. Cleveland Thomas Jr.
Just a delay, because they were clarifying that it was the 15th foul, and it was confirmed.
There you go. And the team just making sure that it's perfectly read by the officials. Marcy Williams of the United States, Arnold Murcia of South Africa, and Joyce Muchenu of Zimbabwe. Great officials that know the BAL very well. Filer tries to get rid of Thompson, goes up. Oh, it doesn't fall, and again, picked up and made safe there by the big man at the back, Ismail.
Well, it is a great sight to see Ahly continue to play defense even when they lose the ball.
nicely rebounded there by Pichumanga. Cleveland Thomas Jr. waits patiently. A couple of points now wouldn't be a bad thing. Filer goes up for three. Oh, it's again just in and out. Nice work. Shabozwa picked up by Mpoyo. Draws the foul but doesn't get the points.
Poyo just gives this reg side a different look on the offensive side. He can drive into that paint and also force the Al Ahly players to make mistakes. In this case, Ismail, because the minute those hands came down, it's definitely a foul. And Axel Poyo, originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, naturalized as a Rwandan player, played here for Rwanda in the FIBA AfroBasket 2 years ago, and he's been a very key player for the Rwandan team and Red here in this BAL in the finals.
From the free throw line, point drops, and it's a 14-point game. Those points are precious. And we've got 25 seconds remaining here. Thompson tries to take the ball up court. There's a differential of about 4 seconds. Thompson. Thomas Jr. picks it up. That's nicely done. Where's he going to go? Going to go for three. Oh, it's just come off the metal. And there's a chance to try and get points. Doesn't happen. And that's the end of this first half. 46 points for Ahly, 32 for Reg. A 14-point difference. Lots of basketball to be played, though. But a bit of a mountain for Reg. We'll take a break. We'll be back. .46-32 is the scoreline here in Kigali at the BK Arena. It's the halftime show at the moment. We'll take a look at the highlights though. Interesting battle at the start, very physical, Usher.
Well, looking at Al Ahly, they always want to start very strong. They know that they need to take care of business, and that man, Amir Zahran, has been very key for the Egyptian champions. On the other side, Pichumanga, just giving them that edge in the paint. Axel Mpoyo, the new recruit, just giving them great start there from behind the arc. And that man, Michael Thompson, Wow.
Yeah, a couple of back-to-back three-pointers, and the same for this man here. A great shot from out wide there from Zie. Chongche lending his hands and scoring good 2 points underneath the rim.
And of course, Cleveland Thomas Jr., always the team's highest scoring player, just giving them that age and just being able to keep them going. But Ahly just trying to pull away and establish a double-digit lead in this fixture. And Fakwade, who's obviously played with Coach Jube, just igniting that friendship and that combination from season 1.
Yeah, Ahly very fast on the attack, getting the ball up very quickly, scoring 12 points, the fast break points, just putting themselves in good attacking positions. As we see this man here as well, safe getting himself up into the paint and scoring points that are getting the teammates off the bench. Everybody's getting a little bit of some minutes to play, as we saw that man Ayman finally on 15 points, absolutely on fire tonight. And then Omar producing this outstanding dunk, flying in, defying the laws of gravity.
Talking about Omar, he's very physical. He brings that to this Ahly side, just always working in silence, but delivering the goods for Ahly and just showing you how much depth that they have as Ahab Amin coming alive and just reminding everyone what sort of player he is. In the beginning of the night conference, he didn't get much of playing time, but since then, he's been active everywhere.
46-32, the field goal percentage, 52-28. Very low for Reg. They know that they need to get their shooting sorted. The hot hands haven't been found just yet, sporadically by various players. The assists are good. They're spraying the ball around. Rebounds totally level. But the 3 points, there you can see 4 of 18, 5 of 13. Still a lot of work to do for Reg. They want to get back into this. Some great scoring in the paint, though, from Ahly, who are showing us that they can boss that area.
Ahly have been playing great defense, and you can see that the numbers are on their side, just scoring 12 points from turnovers and being very effective on transition. And obviously Ahab Amin being key to that, getting those skills, and also just being able to deliver without a lot of defense from Reg.
And there you have it, Ayman, just outstanding. And it's, you know, did we expect him to be the top player in this Ahly team? I'd say no. I think that, you know, but anybody can basically throw their hat in the ring and say, yeah, I'm going to just bring it on. Thompson, capable of just turning it on in the second half. And look at the fact that that man, Orabi, has not played that much. He's played 5 minutes. Now, he picked up an elbow injury in the NAL conference. I'm just wondering if there's some kind of an issue there, or whether or not he's just being rested by Coach Jube, and that he will come on for the critical third and fourth quarters, more so the fourth quarter, of course.
Yeah, you can see that Saif and Ismail have done a great job since the season 3 started for Ahly. Every time Orabi is not on that court, they're delivering and they get their breaks, they share the playing time, and that's what Ahly have. They have depth, they have a lot of quality in all positions, and Orabi just being able to rest, and perhaps it could be used in the second half of this game.
Yeah, Dean Murray will want to try and work his magic and find solutions and make adjustments, but at the moment, 14 points. I mean, you know, we saw with the Cape Town Tigers that they rallied back and made it to 2 against Stade Malien. There was still a lot of battling to be done. Finally, with Stade Malien, who actually went on to win. So, but Reg have still got everything in their cycle. They need the fans to make a lot of noise and get behind them. It's going to be complicated, but, you know, anything's possible, as we know, with basketball. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a few moments' time.
As part of the PL Break, the league's environmental platform for every three-pointer scored during PL games, we will plant 3 trees. The PL is committed to contributing to the Great Green Ball's vision of compensating
Kigali, we are here for the BAL Finals. For the best of African basketball. The Sahara and Nile Conference delivered their verdict. The top 8 teams on the continent are chasing the Holy Grail. Who will be the next BAL champion? It's game time.
Imbere ya nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika y'u Rwanda Paul Kagame ndetse na madamu we Jeannette Kagame arahirira imbere ya Reg Basketball Club ho amanota 18 ku kinyuranyo kuko arisoje ifite amanota 46 kuri 32 ya Reg. Navuga ko no mukino abakinyi b'u Rwanda baranzwemo no gukora amakosa menshi ndetse no gutakaza imipira bya hato na hato ndetse RRI igahita ibibyaza umusaruro igahita ibona amanota. Mu byukuri no mukino igice cya mbere kirangiye dutereje kureba igice cya kabiri niba koko bashobora kuza kwikubita gashyi bakaba bava inyuma ariko biragoye bamwe batangiye guta ikizere. Gusa reka mubwire ko muri event boutique muhasanga amasuti meza y'abagabo ndetse babambika abageni imikenyero bafite amarobe meza y'abamarene nizo kwambara muri event zitandukanye. Reka mubwire ko event boutique wabasanga mu isoko rya Nyarugenge muri floor ya kabiri mu muryango wa 23 cyangwa se ibindi bisobanuro wabahamagara kuri 0788765119 cyangwa kuri 0788342079 ku bindi bisobanuro bakaba bagufasha uba bufite ibirori bitandukanye. Coach, navuga ko n'umukino abantu benshi babonye igice cya mbere ariko kuri we n'umukino ubonye gute kuri Reg uko wabyifuzaga cyangwa se uko wabitekerezaga niko bigenza mu gice cya mbere?
Oya nago ariko bigenze kubera yuko nkuko twe twabivuze mbere twe twavuze ko point guard wacu n'abashuti guard nibaza kwitwara neza trope zabo bagatsinda yuko umukino dushaka kuza kuridinga no gutsinda mu buryo butatugoye ko mubyagaragaye nuko bose ntago byagenze neza. Nuba muri team yose umuntu wagerageje gukina turi gutangira n'ipicu ariko abandi bose bagaragaje urwego urebye rutari rwiza ariko bikaba bishoboka gusohoka. No kuva nibura nka agace ka gatatu niko karibuze kutwereka uko match iza kugira ariko birashoboka ko bakina kuko ntago
amanota 18 sa amanota menshi ku buryo bigoye ko aba basore bayakuramo geranyije no ku mukino wagenze mu gice cya mbere.
Oya bagarutse bikabakundira bishoboka ko bakuramo kandi nta rugo tuzi niba arahiri yuko izishuti zabo ziguma kujyamo gutya nkuko nabo byaboroye muri tudice twa mbere.
Ni kibona umutoza yahindura muri iki gice cya kabiri ku buryo wendo bishobora gutuma umukino abantu bongera kugira ikizere ko bamwe batangiye gutakaza ikizere cyuko uyu mukino Reg ishobora kutakaza.
Abakinnyi bagomba kuba concentrate kandi bakaba combatif bakajya combativité bakarwana bakareka pana kureka ibintu byo
eshatu ndetse na assist eshatu. Didi ugereranyije abasore b'ikipe ya RRI n'ubundi ko wari witeze niko bababonye icyo barushije abasore b'u Rwanda ni iki muri rusange gitumye bayoboye umukino kugeza kano kanya harimo ikinyonyo cy'amanota 18?
Ikintu cya mbere birinze personal fouls wabibonye kuko nka Graham yahise asohoka turacyari muri karite ya kabiri ariko afite amanota 3. Nukuvuga ngo rero iyo utakaje afite amakosa 3 iyo utakaje umukinnyi nka Graham nyamara ari mubo wowe wita ko uri kugenderaho biba ari ibintu bikomeye. Ikindi nujya kureba urasanga uko bagerageje gutera amashot byabahiriye byo babaye amashoti yawe yabaye successful bitandukanye rero no ku Rwanda amatanova menshi yagiye aranga Reg. Wabonye ko abantu bagiye bagira amakosa nakita ko ari individual ntago bari gukora as a team. Nureba nka Mpoyo point guard akenshi niwe equipe ibiri kugenderaho iyo ari hasi no kuvuga ngo nabandi ritime isa nkayo hasi kugera ubu umukinnyi twavuga ko wa Reg uri usa nkaho ari hejuru ni Pichu byamuhiriye ndetse na Mpoyo
Mpoyo amaze gutsinda amanota 9
niwe muri Reg niwe ufite amanota menshi niwe afite 9. Kuko rero ikintu ndi buho mbona birasaba ko wenda umutoza aza guhindura main point guard akabanshobozwa kuko bisa nkaho Adonis ari hasi.
Kocha ni cyo ubona bano bakinnyi bakwiye kongeramo bijyanye n'igice cya mbere uko bagikinnye kuko biragaragara ko batagikinnye neza mu bigaragara kuko wenda nka karta ya mbere yarangiye RRI ifite amanota 23 kuri 18 harimo difference y'amanota 5 karita ya kabiri irangiye ari amanota 46 kuri 32, harimo difference y'amanota 18. urumva ko muri karito ya kabiri niho batakaje navuga umukino mu by'ukuri, ariko nkuko bivugaga birashoboka ko bawugarura, ariko barawugarura bate?
ni ukuvuga tugomba kugira offensive transition, uburyo bw'imyatakire bwiza bwihuse kandi butarimo guhubuka, bagapasanya tugakina as team apana guforcinga. Rero na Pichu nawe ubwo turi kumushima, ariko urabona ko shute zose yagerageje gukora zo hanze zose nta nimwe yagiyemo. Midland shute yakoze, so birabusaba ko twihutishe baro uri wenyine aze gushuta, ariko twagejeje no gukora ama contre attaque. Yego,
kuri bano bakinnyi ubwo ndavuga nka Schumacher, ndavuga Graham, ndavuga Axel Poyo, ndavuga na Badonis, urabona ntabwo bari guhuza umukino. Ni icyo umutoza Den murashobora gukora kugira ngo bahuze, noneho twongere kubona byabakundiye na ya mashuti yabo yongera kunde?
ni ukuvuga ikigaragara nuko Schumacher ari hasi, meme shoze na Graham nawe ari hasi, so yabatangije ikipe yindi akaba bakuyemo, tukareba icyo uko agace ka gatatu kagenda nkuko yaramaze kubivuga, akareka nshobozwa akazamura Brown na Donis arimo na Cleveland, tukareba umuvuduko wabyo badufasha na Poyo agatangira na Pichu, tukareba icyo kipe ikintu yaza kudufasha muri gace ka gatatu.
Yego, wenda ugiye kureba nanone ku mibare Didi rebounds, urabona ko Reg yakoze nyinshi ziri offensive ndetse n'izi defensive, ariko zo nizaba nyinshi, kuko kuri offensive bo bafite rebound 7 mu gihe RR ifite 2, ariko kuri defensive bafite 11 mu gihe ikipe ya RR ifite 16. noneho total rebounds muri rusange bose baranganya. Kubijyanye wenda no kuba batari kubyaza umusaruro iyo mipira bafashe yo hasi, kumutoza wenda aze kuza guhindura iki, aze kuza gukora iki kugira ngo noneho aze kubyaza umusaruro ya mipira arimo arabona?
Birasaba ko kurekipera imipira biri buze gukorwa byihuta, icyo ni kimwe. Ikindi bareke kugerageza, twabibonye ko shoots zabo atari nziza, bareke kugerageza nyinshi byo kuvuga ngo harimo dufite abashuteri kugera aka kanya muri leg, ni uwo tuzi ni Mpoyo ndetse na Diedone. Icyo bisaba rero kumbwira umukinnyi nka Pichu ngagiye kugerageza shot, ni byiza ariko bamenye nyine qualities, buri mukinnyi amenye qualities.
Inside and then playing from the perimeter.
That nearly happened there, Q. You're nearly on the money. Didn't fall, just missing out. You know that it's the accuracy that's just a little bit off, and as soon as they get it right, it's going to turn things around. But at the moment, the Egyptian Giants, well, they're trying to create their own dynasty here, having seen Zamalek do that a couple of seasons ago. Oh, the ball doesn't fall into the hands of Arabi. Pichomanga getting in the way. Leland Thomas Jr. Filer gets it out wide. Here he is, that man. Oh, CA just beautifully floated over the top. Hurts himself marginally, just in the groin, I think, but he should be okay.
It is a big bucket from Dizeye. He needed that. The team needed that, just to make sure that they keep within touching distance of Al-Ahly and reduce that deficit.
Hey, Pichumanga getting in the way of Orabi. He knows exactly what he's been doing because they've actually prepared to go and take him on. That is what we're talking about. Thomas Jr. Big 3-pointer.
That is 5 straight points for Reg. They needed that to sort of get the crowd going and intimidate Al-Ahly, who had silenced the crowd in that first half.
Omar trying to do what he does best, which is be a wily customer, and he has drawn the foul. Zia, I think, is the player. And that is his second, yeah, absolutely.
Second foul.
How much? Amen. Waits for Thompson around the outside. Pichumanga drops it into the path of Orabi. Wow. Zie just makes contact with the hands of Orabi as he tries to maneuver himself around the Reg player.
Looking at the replay there, he thought he had his hands on the ball. It's not necessarily easy to play defense against Orabi when there's a mismatch in size. And now it's trouble for Ndizeye, who continues to look like he has a groin injury, but is one of the key players that contributes on the offensive side. And Coach Dean Murray looks like he's not moved a bit. He will keep him on the floor as Orabi looks to score on the free throw line, and he delivers.
Without even taking his feet off the ground. Flat shooting. Straight shooting, laser shooting. Here's Filer. Filer tries to dance around Thompson and Ahmad, and he goes, oh, that's beautiful. Now we're talking. Some big buckets coming in, reeling in that lead, working constantly, because we know that Ahly will get a little bit shaken up. We saw it against Petro Luanda.
Yes, basketball is a game of runs, and Reg know that they need to get back into this one to stand a chance.
Beautiful blind pass there into the hands of down into the corner, but Chumanga making it safe. Thomas Jr. wants movement. He wants to screen. Filer. Pichumanga's calling for it. Look at it. Use the big man. He goes, gets the ball outside. Boy, oh! It's all starting to. The pieces in the jigsaw puzzle are falling into place now for Reg.
This is exactly what Reg wanted. They can shoot the ball. They were struggling earlier on in the game, and now they're starting to look like they're very competitive.
47-42, a 5-point game. Look at that. Boom! In she goes. We'll take a break. Welcome back here to the BK Arena, 47-42. It's our 5-point lead now, and things are starting to get a lot more interesting. Having seen Ahly just create a rift the size of the Great Rift Valley, it's been brought down to just 5 now as Ahmed goes on a little bit of a wander, goes up, and it's been made safe. Pichumanga with a little bit of help from Nziye.
Yes, it is a great defense there from Reg to get back the ball possession.
And everybody's chipping in and playing their part now. Going for long-range shots, going outside and going inside and out, but also biding their time. Shot clock down to 5, got to get a shot in. Got to get a shot in. It's been put up for Pichumanga. That's way too smooth. Way too smooth.
Way too smooth there from the big man. He's been growing in confidence, and if he continues to do this, that's exactly what they can deliver here, Reg. And now the crowd are just matching that energy and giving them that support that they didn't have in that second quarter.
They're being a lot more vigilant as the ball goes out. That's nicely done. Goes for the high layup off the glass there, Amen. And now he's nudged himself up to 17 points.
Yes, Ahab sees space there on the best line and just decides to go in there and gets the 2 points. Reg had lost concentration for a couple of seconds and they punished.
Yeah, and very entertaining battle that's taking place here. Q, we're going to come over to you because we thought that this could possibly happen. It's happened, but they tightened things up in defense, haven't they, Reg?
They have, and what was spoken about by Coach Hube is what he wants his team to do is stop being so lackluster. He spoke about energy, spoke about them just coming a little bit alive, and maybe, just maybe, we're seeing the signs of fatigue from this Ahly team who are just coming off that championship, and in the second half, you can start to see some of those visible effects take place.
Pichu Manga picks up a foul there, and you can see that Ahly in possession of the ball, amen, and it's a 5-point game. Look at that. So I think that the points didn't go up onto the scoreboard because Pichu Manga had actually he committed a foul.
Talking about Ahab Amin, he's very unstoppable. Dinmari is trying to switch players that are playing defense on him, but he's really just a man with a hot hand. And picking that rebound, this shows you what he brings on defense and on offense.
Zaran! Pichu Manga, get out of there! That is my zone!
It is access denied there for Pichu Manga, whose efforts have gone to waste as Ahly get back that ball.
That was fascinating defensive play. Look at the battle there. Orabi, Pichu Manga tries to, that's sumptuous. Orabi gets the better of Pichu Manga. That battle is turning into some clash of the titans that we're relishing in a big way.
And talking about...
look at that. Stay out of it. It's a restricted zone.
It is just the kind of defense that Pichu Manga gives this Reg side, and he's of course disappointed that they weren't able to see that through, but they'll have the ball possession and he's still on the floor. It's going to be a good matchup in the paints for Pichu Manga and Orabi.
Some interesting battle changes as well, as you can see. Graham's about to come back on, get the impression. Here's Thomas Jr. up against Michael Thompson, and the foul goes against Thompson, I believe. Not too sure about that.
It is Michael Thompson.
Yeah, sorry. And there's the Boyo going off, Graham and Chomche coming on, Pichu Manga also going to the bench for a moment. Q, take it away.
Well, DZ has just gone out into the locker room. I think it's going to be seen to us visibly holding his groin, and we'll just wait for an update as he comes back.
Thank you so much for that. We did see that he's been like trying to stretch it a little bit. Those niggling groin injuries are not good, especially when you're on the court. So maybe it just tighten it, put some strapping on it, could keep in place. He's an important player in this team. Here is that man, Shabozwa. Long-range shooting is his forte. Doesn't fall on that occasion. Made safe by Omot Thompson.
And Omot found himself in a good position there to get the rebound, protects the ball, and just makes sure Ahly build on that.
Well, Filer getting in the way of that Orabi pass, and beautifully done, comes outside. Cleveland Thomas Jr. It doesn't fall. Oh, there's a bit of a scramble there, and a bit of a collision as well. Shabozwa just getting in the way. Quite physical, that. And he has been brought down. Here has Zarada. Seems to be okay.
And looking at the replay there as Cleveland Thomas attempts the three-pointer, and the ball just comes off Graham.
But that lead has just been pushed up so quickly. You know, we haven't even seen it happen. 9 points in there. Here we go, aiming into Orabi up against the youngster Chomche. That's good work by the youngster. Stolen with the help of Graham. Here's Thomas Jr. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Shabozwa, oh, it just doesn't go in. frustration there, the fans off their seats momentarily. Got to score those points. Those are the points that I'm talking about. It's a travelling call, a double dribble.
Contact call.
Contact call, sorry.
There is
Chomche getting locked up there with Arabi just off the ball.
There we go, we can see it in the replay. Yeah, he's definitely getting tangled up.
It is great work there from Chomche. Of course, he had a very low moment after that dunk from Nunio Mods, but he's gotten a breather. He's back on court, working hard there for Reg.
Long-range shots from Thomas Junior. Gets knocked out of bounds. Will it be Reg who pick up possession? I think the last player to touch it was Thompson. 3:17 left in the third. Reg have done well to just bring down the arrears, but it's still a 9-point lead. At one point it was 17. That was the biggest lead that they had, 44-27.
Basketball is a very interesting game. Things can turn in just a couple of minutes. And for Reg, obviously, they've been able to dig into the energy from the crowd. But every time they try to go ahead, Ahly come back. And that sort of consistency is what they'll need tonight to win.
Well, Graham trying to get past them up was quite fascinating. They finally make sure that it's theirs. That's good work from Filer. Look at that. Oh, nicely done. And a little bit of help there from Graham. I don't know if he got the touch, but it doesn't matter. The points are on the scoreboard. 53-46, a 7-point game. Thompson takes it up into enemy territory. Shabozwa keeps his eye on it. There's contact there. The Omar Graham and his headband flies off. They're getting caught up in a really tight tussle there.
And there's a lot of tension between the two players, and it's been building from early in the game. So many matchups, and you can see here that the referee, Master Williams, gives a technical foul and a warning.
But the thing is that Graham's on 4 fouls now, so he has to go to the bench, and that's why Empoyo's going to come back on, because there's still a lot of basketball to be played. You know, just protect him. He's riled, he's been provoked, and he needs to just, you know, you need to protect him for the final quarter. Good call from Murray. Webster gets it out. It's been picked up by Zoran. Webster gets it again. The New Zealander goes up. And it's been made safe. Cleveland Thomas Jr. takes it up court, waits for a little bit of support, slows it down. Filer! Oh, Filer!
It is a big bucket there from Filer. Just very necessary to give Reg the momentum that they needed. It's a 5-point game, and they're looking good, the London champions.
Omar with a stunning shot off the glass there, going high through the traffic. Filer picks it up once again. Filer, here he is, and Thompson commits the... No, they lost possession there. It is a foul, it's an offensive foul, Filer.
Looking at the replay there, Cleveland Thomas Jr. just giving the ball to Adonis Filer. Nice finish there, eyes on the basket, just to keep Reg into this one.
Taking him to 10 points, and he's the second player to make double figures. Zoran, Webster for 3, Big shot there for the New Zealander.
Corey Webster, he has the ability to hit any open net. Once he sees space, he gives himself a nice shot selection, and he delivers.
No soft touch there for Adonis Filer, as it just comes back out. Webster goes down into the corner. Surely not. Oh, no, oh, yes, surely, yes. Wow, look at this, a stunning shot there. 3 points, look at the lead, 13 points. It's a crazy period.
Yes, from just 5 points, and now Ahly are back to a 10-point lead, and just keep doing great job on defense to make sure they don't give Reg any breathing space.
That's a great score as well. Draws the foul from Zoran, and Cleveland Thomas Jr. will appreciate every single second of that play. He's up to double figures now. 3rd player for Reg, and he goes to the free throw line.
Now, Cleveland Thomas Jr., Adonis Feiler, Mpoyo, those are some of the biggest scorers for Reg. For them to win tonight, they'll have to step up and continue to ask those questions, drive to the basket, get to the line, and also get the team to have some momentum.
Thomas Jr. does the business, up to 11 he is, and the second highest scorer behind Mpoyo. As the ball goes out wide, Webster it is. Omot, oh, he nearly loses possession, tries to get it back out, gets it out to Thompson down into the corner. Zoran, the magic of Zoran. He gets it back, somehow Chomche doesn't pick it up. Webster for three! And a Webster triple makes it happy days for Ahly.
It is a big one there from Corey Webster. He's very lethal when he has the ball in those positions. And Ahly know that. Chomche
tries to come off the glass, and it's Webster who gets the defensive rebound down into the corner. Omot's going to go around. Oh, he just runs into a little bit of trouble. Frustration there for Cleveland Thomas Jr. because he knows that he's on a second foul now. Cleveland Thomas Jr. because he knows that he's on a second foul now. Cleveland Thomas Jr. because he knows that he's on a second foul now.
Technical foul called on Adonis Feiler.
There's a technical foul called by Massey Williams there.
Thanks, Q. Q. So Thompson's been replaced now by Omot. And they try and extend that lead 14 points. And do you know how quickly it turned around with Reg just hitting those long-range shots when they started to find their range? All of a sudden, the tables have turned, and the scenario is a little bit different. Q, have you got an update on Zie?
Dizier has just come back out. He's staying warm and staying ready. I think if he's called on, he will be able to go. He still has a little bit of pain in that area, but he will work through the pain if he's called on.
Yeah, this is a knockout match. It's a final before a final, so you've got to lay into that. As we see Ulrich Chomche put in a good performance, just still a few things to work on, and we'll see a little bit more of him going into the final quarter. Of course, we've got 10 seconds left on the clock in the third. Got to get some points. That's another good basket. Look at that. He is literally on fire. Don't know where he went, into the crowd. And the long-range shot doesn't fall for Thompson. And that's an important score for Feiler, who moves up to 12 points here. Top scorer once again with Mpoyo. 67 points for Ahly, 53 for Reg. It's all for Reg to do. There is a mountain, but they showed that they can climb that mountain. We've seen it before. Can they do it again? That's the big question. Just look at some of this shooting. Webster, beautiful long-range shooting. Ahly in the lead by 14 here in Kigali in the second quarterfinal of the Basketball Africa League. We're going to take a break. It's time to enter that zone as we look at the game summary. The fourth quarter is upon us, 67-53. Field goal percentage down by Reg. The assists are good. The rebounds are good for Ahly, better. We've got 5 more. And then the 3-pointers. It's a better ratio for the Egyptian team.
Yes, looking at Ahly just digging into some of their strength. They're very strong on character. They're shooting that ball. They're playing good defense, and that gives them the momentum to also deliver on the offensive side.
Here we go, and we're going into that zone now as Amot tries to get 3 points from down on the wing. It's been picked up by Bakwale. He can't out-muscle his way, and they lose possession. Good defensive play there from that man, Shabozwa. He's a real annoyance in defense when he gets tangled up with you.
Yes, Shabozwa, one of the best defensive players in the BAL. And he's just been able to contribute on that side. He's not having on the defensive side.
Well, let's see. Uses Pichu Manga, and there's the attempt, and there is it's an offensive foul by Filer, who's picked up foul number 4, and that is problematic.
There's a lot happening there on the court. Great matchups there between Michael Thompson and Adonis Filer. There's a little pressure and tension here as Reg look to correct some of those mistakes made in that quarter.
Yeah, so confirmation. There's third foul for Filer. Thompson working his way, gets the ball out. Bakwade. Oh, that is beautiful from down in the corner. Top quality shooting there from Bakwade. Up to 5 points.
It is the perfect way for Ahly to start this fourth quarter. Continue to expand that lead. And it's now a 17-point gap between the two teams.
Yeah, that's and they just lost possession as well, so they've got to be extremely vigilant here. Webster up against Mpoyo, trying to get his hands on the ball. Shabozwa does what he can, but it's just great attacking basketball there from Webster. Oh no, it's the points don't. It's an offensive foul from Webster, in fact, and the points won't go. It gives us a chance to go and catch up with Q. But we'll come back after the break. There you go. We'll have a small break, and then we'll come back and hear from Q. It's 70-53, 70-point lead now for Ahly. It's now or never, 8:43 remaining here in the fourth quarter, here in the second quarterfinal. The quarterfinal, the winner of this will take on Stade Mali and the boys from Bamako, the Crocodiles, Les Crocodiles de Bamako, as Cleveland Thomas Jr. goes out nicely, floated over the top there. 2 points, vital points, 15-point lead. We will go and catch up with Q. I think it's important that we get his thoughts on what's going to happen here and how Reg can try and just extinguish what's going on here.
Well, Coach Dean Murray really just emphasizing the ability to try and get a couple of stops as Bakwade comes in and scores. But he wants them to get a couple of stops. He's emphasizing more intensity on the defensive end, and on the offensive end, Philo and Cleveland Thomas Jr. are going to run the offense for Rick.
Yeah, and they should, because those guys have been really wily, fast, sneaky. And those points, when they do fall, he's getting the second chance. Mid-range 2 off the glass. Nicely done. And he's up to 15 now, top scorer for Reg.
It is great to see Cleveland Thomas, just taking that control for the offensive side and getting support from Adonis Filer.
Oh, he's just bumped into Cleveland Thomas Jr. and Ismail. And I think that he's a little bit unlucky there, Cleveland Thomas Jr. Thought that he was in a good position, but he was still, yeah, he goes. There's a little bit of movement, isn't there? And Ismail sees his team get possession back. 15 points. That can come down so quickly. We saw that with Cape Town Tigers in that wonderful comeback that didn't quite happen, but they reeled Stade Malien back in by 2, having led by 16 at one point. Well, that's good work, but they get another chance. Fakwade gets the ball out. Webster, he's been red hot from down in the corner. Hot hands from Webster.
Corey Webster, always a very dangerous man when he finds himself on the best line, always delivering the goods, but just being able to come off the bench and just get into the momentum and lead the offensive for Al Ahly has become a very crucial player for the Egyptian champions.
It's unlucky there from Cleveland Thomas Jr. Nasser's calling for it. There's the long pass. It's an easy score. Oh, it isn't. No. Oh, no. Cleveland Thomas Jr. is holding his head in his hands. That's foul number 4. Wait there a second. Let's, yeah, it's goaltending. So the 2 points go up onto the scoreboard, and the foul. There we go. The points are in the basket there, and Thomas Jr.
Well, it is a 20-point game. Al Ahly learned the hard way when they were in that seesaw situation with Petro Del Wanda. They don't want any chances. This is the finals. You lose, you go home.
Got to get those shots in. Shabozwa, normally so clinical from downtown and out on the flanks of this court. Fakwade doesn't find his range. Ismail has the ball pinched from underneath his nose. Chumanga's waiting for the pass. Oh, look at that from Filer, and works really hard. And there is a foul that's committed. And I think yeah, the foul goes against Al Ahly. And here he is, CE comes back on, so I think that he's got a bit of strapping. We'll see how that the right side of his groin is, and see if he can deal with this. He's such an important player, but again, when he hits his shots, he's good.
Well, Coach Dean Murray just looking for options on players who can shoot the ball.
Well, Eamon, we can see what he's doing. And Adonis Filer will pick up another foul. And he goes to the free throw line. And Al Ahly just doing what they do best, isn't it? Yeah, you can't close your eyes against Al Ahly. They turn things around so quickly.
They're very fast on the transitional play there, and Ahab has been leading from the front. He's been effective, scoring the three-pointers, scoring, in the paint and in the field, and it's 22 points, highest score so far in this game.
Arabi, oh, that's a big bucket. That is a very important one. CA is in the house.
He's just getting that quality there from the best line to keep Reg alive.
That's a nice floater from Webster. Webster's producing some fine shots as well tonight as he knocks himself up to the 13-point mark. He's the third highest scorer for Al Ahly, but it's still that man Amin with 22 so far. Swings out wide. Poyo, that's a beautiful, beautiful laser struck shot from down on that west side.
It is really important for Reg to continue to score in every possession that they have, but they have to also up their defense, because if they score and Al Ahly score, then Al Ahly will definitely have the upper hand on winning the game.
Frustration there for Michael Fakwade. He's just running out of space down there. Poyo holding fort and doing the business defensively.
And Poyo is very good on defense. He's supporting Pichumanga in there in the paint, especially in the absence of Graham.
And foul being committed. Looks like it's might be Amen down in the corner. Been very well disciplined. That's Corey Webster with his second, in fact. Q, we're going to come across to you. You know, what's the situation regarding Reg and how they can get back into this?
Once again, they've just got to figure out a way to get a couple of stops. They really have not been able to slow down this very formidable Al Ahly offense. They move the ball well. They can score in a variety of ways. And when one person moves and is out of position, Al Ahly as a team just know how to punish you. And that has been visible all evening.
Just running out of space there, loses his balance, the ball goes out of bounds. And these are the kind of pressure cooker situations that work so well for Al Ahly. They do the small things really, really well, and they're really making Reg feel uncomfortable on the court at the moment.
Well, Coach Dean Murray talked about it being 2 months today since Reg played in the BAL vis-a-vis Al Ahly, who just played their last game 2 weeks ago and are coming off winning a league title under immense pressure against Al Ittihad, one of their rivals back home. That sort of affects, you know, the matchup and game situation and fitness.
It's all happening here tonight. That is a stunning shot there coming in from Nasser. Nasser has landed one. Filer, Zie, Cleveland Thomas Jr., 4:12 left on the clock, got to go for big shots. Oh, that is unbelievably direct. Big statement there from Filer, up to 15 he goes.
Looking at the expression on his face, sort of like he needed that.
And they're giving the ball back because there was a travel call just over on that far side, and Filer's shooting has just been outrageously good, and I think we've got a timeout now. 85-66. It's up to Reg to try and really show that they can actually fight for their lives here and get themselves the right result. Technical foul for Dean Murray, as we just saw there. Sorry, just a timeout for Dean Murray. I didn't see there was a technical foul. So we'll get to hear what's going on here.
Well, it is a very tough situation there for Reg and Dean Murray. Time is against them, but they're also playing against a team like Al Ahly that is going to try and run down that clock on every possession they have. They have the quality to deliver. They are the team that have the momentum right now, and that man, Ahab Amin, he's been immense for the Egyptian side. He wants to be in the semi-finals next week, but just looking at the numbers, 67% from the field, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. He's been doing so much on the offensive side, good positioning, and he's gotten a lot of support from his teammates who've been able to just keep feeding him that ball, and he's grown in confidence, and he's really looking great, Ahab Amin.
It's the fast break where he picked up the foul, of course, and dealt with Filer and landed the points, showing us what he's capable of doing. His father was a great player as well, player in the Egyptian national team. You know, it's in the DNA. We know exactly what Egyptian basketball is all about because we've had a taste of it, and we know exactly, you know, what the teams can do. Zie battling for the ball, but it's been picked up, and here he is, Nasser. Oh, he goes around Filer. Beautiful beautiful layup, good slalom, good move, good finish.
Great finish there from Nasir in a one-on-one situation there. Adonis Fila, of course, knows that if he just reaches out, he'll get fouled out, and Nasir knows that, and he just puts the ball up on the glass. An easy basket there for Al Ahly.
Saw a little bit of water on the court, of course, so that's the reason why they get possession back. It's only for that reason. And Mop Man is there from Angola, an absolute legend here in Africa, putting on his show as he works his magic. Full respect, nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, incredible for the BAL to bring him back here for the finals.
Great score from Filer, over the top it goes. Nice floating style there, and Filer's up to 17.
The thing about Reg is that they are scoring, but Al Ahly are also scoring. They need to play better defense there to close that gap, but it's not easy. As you can see, Al Ahly are just too good on the night.
Shot clock down to 3. Bakwani goes up. It's an air ball. It's been chucked up to Mpoyo. Mpoyo! Oh, my word. It's a traveling call going against him, too.
There's frustration there from the fans, from Mpoyo and his teammates as he fails to make it count.
There we go. Too many steps. The frustration, but the fans having an absolute blast. They're a little bit dismayed after that maneuver. And Dean Murray watches on. He knows that 250, reeling this Al Ahly team. It's going to be a big battle. Kwade. And a zap comes on, gets the ball out, and is Gendi. So you can see there's some players who have just come off the bench to get their first time on court. It's a message there from Coach Julbe to say that, you know, the hard work has already been done.
Yes, he has to make sure that he gives everyone a chance. They have very big games to play.
That's a long-range shot from Mpoyo that doesn't fall. Gendi takes it up. Gendi goes all by himself, and that's a great score as well. Nice soft touch there, just to flick the ball at the last second to get the bucket. Filer goes up for 3. Bill! 20 points for Adonis Filer. He's still working hard to get points on the scoreboard. Belief is the key word here.
Belief indeed. It's 2 minutes to play, but Al Ahly are literally controlling the time here, and they want to milk every second on the clock and also be able to put some points on the scoreboard.
Azab with 2 seconds to go. It doesn't drop, it goes off the metal. It'll be Reg who pick up possession. And you just have to look at that that Al Ahly bench, and it's just packed with talent, isn't it? Well, the players that are on are holding fort and doing what the others were doing, and that's just the strength of Coach Julbe's team.
Coach Julbe obviously has great memories here in Kigali, winning the first ever BAL in 2021. He's very experienced. You can see that in the changes that he makes, and he has the team to win.
Well, he's Adonis Filer's just putting in whatever he possibly can, and he gets fouled on that occasion, and he'll go straight. So three shots from the free throw line, and the home fans know that this is a mountain to climb now.
Well, it's a difficult moment there for the Rwandan fans, because for second year in a row, Reg have struggled in the quarterfinals. Last year they came here as the champions from the Sahara Conference. This time they came as the 3rd seed, but there's a huge gap between Al Ahly and Reg.
The supporters still here making some noise, trying to get behind Reg. is Filer, that's 3 out of 3. That's excellent shooting that from the free throw line. And it's 89-74, 15 points with 1:27 left to play. Got to get in the way, cameras come on as well. He's the Malian NBA Elevate player. Oh, that's a good bit of work. Good block. Get it out of there. Putting a storming performance, Filer. A little bit too late for a comeback. Q, over to you for a second. I think that the bench at Ahly, they just know, don't they?
Yeah, it's almost all certainty now as both benches are being cleared, and a really good performance by the Egyptian champions. I think there's something that they can build on from this. They shot the ball tremendously well. Kamara picking up 3 points from downtown, and they'll take a lot from this performance going into the semifinals.
No, they will. They'll take a lot. There's Filer going again. He wants to finish on a high. That's just stunning. He is just outrageously good tonight. 26 points for him. He's going to be the top scorer potentially. It looks like it's a done deal, but he's going to be on the losing end, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate there for Adonis Filer. He dug deep, but he didn't have so much help.
Camera picks it up. Gendy tries to go around, gets it to safe, just drops in a 2. 27 seconds, and you can see it's a 17-point lead. No, surely not. He's going for goal. He could have started that at the start of the game. But they're just playing down the clock now. It's all done and dusted. And I think that we can most definitely say that that has been a sterling, strong, very big statement performance there from the Egyptian Giants. They've come here and they've done the business against Reg of Rwanda. The final scores here at the BK Arena. 94 points for Ahly, 77 for Reg. Ahly go through to the semi-finals.
It is a big result for Al Ahly, who arrived here in Kigali just 48 hours ago, but also playing at a very high altitude here in Kigali, coming from the coast back home at just 5 meters above sea level. It's about 1,500 here in Kigali, and just be able to deliver. That is massive. They know that they had to deliver and get the job done and give themselves a chance to go to the semi-finals.